It is an honor for me to be representing the AIM Doctor Initiative. Myself, Gowrishankar Palaniswamy, I'm one of the internal medicine residents at the Medical University of South Carolina, Lancaster. As a lead for the HOPE program and AIM Doctor Initiative, I take immense pleasure in taking this meet here. I believe we all agree that we are living in the most extraordinary moment in the history of medicine. For centuries, I believe diagnosis depends on what the human eyes could see, be it a shadow on an x ray, a pattern under a microscope, a tremor in a patient's voice. But today, we are surrounded by something new data. Every CT scan is data, every blood smear is a data, every pathological slide is a data, and within our data, our lives waiting to be saved. The question is not whether artificial intelligence will shape medicine. The question is who will shape the artificial intelligence and will it save humanity? And that is the story of hope. As you can see, like over here on the slide, three patients, same diagnosis, same hospital, but three different outcomes. Not because one doctor cared more or not because one hospital tried harder, but because medicine is a decision science and decisions are only as good as the data we can interpret. Imagine if every CT scan, every blood smear, every pathological slide could whisper the truth to us, not louder but clearer. That is the hope in the age of AI. Every great moment in medicine has an unlikely origin. Penicillin came from the contaminated petri dish. The stethoscope was invented because a physician felt uncomfortable placing his ears on patients' chest. AIM Doctor did not begin in Silicon Valley, nor did not begin with a venture capital. It began at a dining table. At the table sat Dr. Ilangovan Krishnan, a physician scientist. He had everything the world defines as a success: lucrative offers, seven figure salaries, position in pharmas, opportunities in technology. He walked all away from it. Why? Because he believed something deeper. He believed that AI must not only belong to billion-dollar companies and it must belong to patients. He believed that AI must not widen inequality, it must rather close the gap. And he began building no funding, no spotlight, just relentless work. Dataset after dataset, validation after validation, code after code. He did not chase headlines, he just chased the accuracy. And slowly, that tiny table began to grow. And we know behind every visible movement is an invisible strength. In AIM Doctor, the strength has names. Kavin, our Chief Technological Stability Person and Cross Platform Deployment Officer, and Ramya, who leads the artificial intelligence architecture and the optimization. They are not always on stage, they are not always in headlines, but they hold the fulcrum of this research. They are the backbone, their work is silent, but without them, nothing moves over here. Movements are not built only by speakers, they are built by those who stay long even after the applause ends, right? This wants us to be clear about something. AIM Doctor is not a startup. It is not a company. It is a non-profit organization built on the principle that access to AI in medicine should never depend on your ability to pay. Everything we do, every class, every workshop, every research collaboration that we conduct is provided completely free of charge. We run the free AI education programs for physicians around the world, from the fundamentals of deep learning to hands on workshops where clinicians learn to build, validate, and even publish AI driven research. We teach them data analysis, statistical methods, and how to design these studies that meet the highest standard of scientific rigor. Why? Because we want AI to transform the global health. We cannot just gatekeep the knowledge that makes it possible, right? AI should not be a privilege, it should be something of a public good. Let me give you the scale of what this has become. If you see the slide over here, today AIM Doctor is a global initiative of more than 1,500 physicians and researchers working across 75 countries, with teams spanning virtually across every field of medicine, from endocrinology to oncology, be it from cardiology to gastroenterology. If a disease exists, there is an AI team and physician working on it with us. Faculties, collaborators span institutions including Yale University, Harvard University, MD Anderson, Baylor College of Medicine, as well as from physician leaders from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, UAE, UK, and 60 other additional nations. Be it high school students to Nobel laureates, we are united not by prestige but by the purpose. And at the heart of this moment is a hope program. And this comes us to the question, what is hope? Our HOPE program stands for simple meaning Hematology Oncology Program of Excellence. It is the largest division within our AIM Doctor initiative. More than 600 physicians across 60 nations focus on one question, one and only. Can AI fundamentally change how cancer is diagnosed and treated? HOPE is organized around three main pillars by us. First, the diagnostics. The AI system detecting leukemias from peripheral blood smears, be it a lung cancer detection from a CT imaging, be it a ovarian cancer detection from ultrasound, we have produces excellent statistical accuracy, almost reaching unity. And second, being the prognostics, be it stratification or molecular subtyping of the diseases or explainable decision intelligence, that is one thing. And third, and the most essential to every physician, the treatment planning. Bayesian network meta-analysis, comparative therapeutic modeling, and optimized evidence-based synthesis. The goal is not to just replace the clinical judgment. We are aiming to arm clinicians with the best possible information. We are aimed at building not just black boxes, we are aimed at building clinical intelligence, which is of clinical use in the real world. All this couldn't be possible without a phenomenal team, be it our mentor Dr. Ilangovan Krishnan, our visionary started everything, be it Kavin, a powerhouse of a technologist, be it Ramya, who leads our AI architectures, Dr. Suchit, who's leading our AI in the medical gastroenterology, Dr. Alan, who's leading our AI in the cardiology, and many more student researchers like Dr. Hama, Dr. Sophia, Dr. Karthik, who are leading multiple specialties, be it immunologies, immunotherapy, neurology, neuro-oncology, and many more. The integration of this medical expertise, along with the engineering precision and scalable AI architecture, is what makes this mission completely possible. We take immense pride and pleasure to share that our work has been presented in enormous conferences at the prestigious Rice University, having podium presentations, and the American Society of Hematology and International Conference for Hematology, having with podium presentation and abstract achievement awards, being the Endocrine Society, where we had the privilege of having two mentorship awards and the work hailing like all over the place, and American Society of Gastroenterology, be it the SAIL conference by the Harvard, be it all the presidential awards and the podium presentations. We have achieved enormous in the past and the upcoming future as well. Going on to the future of the AI, in medicine, it's not just about bigger servers. It is about smaller, smarter, and more accessible systems that can be used day to day. Smartphone deployable leukemia screening, cross-platform endocrine cancers, be it anything, privacy preserving global diagnostics in a rural community with a limited connectivity. Which physician wouldn't like that, or which healthcare system wouldn't want that? A world where your zip code does not determine your survival, where a rural clinic has the same diagnostic intelligence as a tertiary care center, it should be a place where AI becomes a dignity for every people. Now I stand in a room full of technologists, the most talented technical minds in the world, and I have a direct ask as a physician to you guys. We need you. If you build AI applications, join with us in the movement to create clinical tools that run on any device anywhere. If you design novel architectures, help us test and benchmark these models that push the boundaries of diagnostic precision. If you work in a data analytics and statistics, you can help us curate massive clinical data sets, build reproducible pipelines that meet the highest scientific standards. When you are a machine learning engineer or a software developer or data scientist or even a physician with some domain expertise, there is a place for everyone in this mission of hope. We want to fight against cancer and enable equitable cancer care around the world, and that is our main mission. We welcome you all to join us and feel free to visit us at the aimdoctor.org. We are excited to collaborate and we kindly extend the encouraging word for every people over here to reach out to us and contribute. Because the fight against cancer should not be only fought by a few, it should be fought by all of us. At aim.org, we join with hope and we can fight the cancer with AI. And regarding a closing remark, our mission is quite simple because the past was built on courage, the present is being built on collaboration, and the future should and definitely will be built on equity. Data is not just numbers, it's a story. And when we listen carefully, I strongly believe, and the team strongly believes, data becomes the diagnosis, and the diagnosis becomes the decision, and the decision becomes a life changing moment. And that is hope for us in the age of AI. And our mission is every data point is a patient that shouldn't be missed. Every model has a chance to improve, and every prediction by the model is a life that can be saved. And we are making a cancer history at one algorithm at a time, and we welcome you all to join us in this initiative. Thank you all.
Excellent. That was incredibly inspirational, and it really covered a lot of key points.
Mhm.
So, now something that I would like to have is one of these questions
Yeah.
here. Across specialists and PCPs, how do you, I think, doctors and AIM Doctor envision effective and streamlined collaboration to help fight cancer?
That's an amazing question. To be honest, like all these initiatives that were started is to reach the community level setup. And if you look at the community level setup, the primary care physicians are the whole responsibilities because the patient reach out to them first, only then from that to a specialist. See, one of the models that we presented at the American Society of Hematology, like it had like a model like developed from study of ALL models. It's a type of leukemia, a blood cancer, and it was able to pick up the types just based on the slide that is taken from the patient's blood. Usually, you need some advanced testing like a cytometry to confirm whether what type of ALL or a leukemia or a blood cancer it is. And if you are able to deploy this in a primary care setup where they have only access to basic tests, like say they can get some basic blood works drawn, if you have a system integrated, installed in their system over there, that can help as a screening tool not only for blood cancers, it can be for biopsies, say like when a colonoscopy in a gastroenterologist. If he has a AA system over there, which can immediately help him classify if at all it has some malignancy or not, if it has a malignancy, what type of malignancy and what stage it can be, that is of immense clinical value because that can make the treatment faster, diagnostic faster, and a proper follow-up care from there on as well. I believe that should answer the question for like how it can help fight the cancer. It can extend across all spectrums as well. Name an organ with the cancer, we can find a way to integrate with the PCPs or in the specialist office, just in their day-to-day computers that they are using every day. That would be the specialty of the AIM doctor, I would say.
And we have
Yeah.
one more
We have
question.
another
Arnold, you
question.
can take this.
Yeah. Can you put it? Yeah. So we have a question from Stephen Navarro asking, in the age of AI now, so many more people and projects are involved in AI and advancing. How is AIM Doctor and Hope taking steps to stay ahead and stay relevant slash unique?
Yeah, we started on with taking like a lot of like be it Kavin or Amya, they worked on having the diagnostic front first, like detection from the basics things, be it a costly CT scan or MRI scan. If you're able to detect something earlier, that is of significance, right? Because that is going to
Yeah.
change the course of treatment in the physical, in the medical world. How do we stay relevant or unique? AIM Doctor was started initially to make the physician learn artificial intelligence, make them more interested towards it, get drawn towards it, because only when a physician and the artificial intelligence expert hold hands together, I believe it can move mountains at times. Because if it's going to be in a separate ways, there is always going to be a question of like where we miss out on it. And I believe AIM Doctor is working on that. We are collaborating with actively with all the physician across specialties and all the technical team across specialties to always try and find what more can be done better, what else can be done better from there on. We don't want to settle on the results that we have. We want to validate how well it can be done in the future. Be it like one system working well in one hospital software, we aim to develop that works well the same accuracy in all the hospital softwares. And I believe that is the place to start and that is the place to stay relevant from here on. And making the physician being involved in our projects is going to have more clinical relevance because you are going to deploy the models in real world settings and take responsibilities for that. And I believe that is our time is helping us stay relevant, but we never know what future holds for us. But we are excited to see where it goes on from there.
Yeah, okay. That I think that's very insightful, and I think the battle that you're trying to fight against cancer is also very noble because it's one of the leading causes of death in the world today. And I wish you the best of luck in your endeavors.
There is always an opportunity to contribute to the discussions that we have at EnviroCast Geo. If you are interested in attending or even speaking at a future conference, learn more at geo.envirocast.org. We're excited to hear your insights.